Namaskaram to all Atmas. So, under World Peace Foundation, Peace to Humanity brings World Peace. That is the spiritual mission of World Peace Foundation. In that, we will be discussing on God's first and second commandment. The first commandment is to bring inner peace to mankind, and the second commandment is to spread the message of peace from nine main religious philosophies of the world to eradicate the religious intolerance in mankind and to make everyone to live as a one world family, Vasudeva Kutumbakam, and see that they extend the needy support to the poor and underprivileged so that we uplift their economic status to bring in real prosperity and peace in the world. That is the objective. And to achieve that, one has to fulfill the duties to micro and macro family. Under this, under various social responsibilities, these things has to be spread throughout the mankind, throughout the country first, and then it is planned to touch upon the developed nations and appeal to them to fulfill in adopting the underdeveloped nations to uplift the economic status of the people and the country so that we bring real peace in the world. So, this mission is, World Peace Foundation mission is to make the entire world as one family. In that respect, the Vishwa Shanti People's Peace Party is intended to first step to make our nation as a one family and see that we all educated people, elite people, all extend a helping hand to our brothers and sisters in our Indian family and see that we uplift the economic status to build a real developed India. This is the first step. Then my plan is to go throughout the world to make the entire world as one nation before this last breath comes, before the end of this life. Let us do something as per the instruction of Lord. This is nothing done by me. It is all under His instruction it is being done. And so I am grateful to Him for actively taking me this, giving me this opportunity to spread His mission. Because it is the entire world is created by Him and all the people are His children. And He wants all the children to be live peacefully and happily. But the problem is today the world peace is disturbed. People individually have been disturbed. And He feels that His own people are not happy. He wants to see someone, He wants to bring happiness to His children. And that's why He is speaking to awaken among the people this mission. So in that respect, today under second commandment, we will see about the message of peace and enlightenment from Jainism philosophy. So here we are going to discuss about right knowledge. The most important thing in life is knowledge. So man has to use his sixth sense for what? The discriminating intelligence to gain knowledge. That is very important. Only when knowledge grows, his spiritual enlightenment grows. That is the Jnana Yoga, what we call. Jnana Yoga gives knowledge. The knowledge of spiritual knowledge to enlightenment. Knowledge precedes compassion. So, first thing is you should have compassion to gain spiritual knowledge. All noble people take this into account. How will an ignorant person distinguish the meritorious deeds from the evil ones? So, how will an ignorant person distinguish the meritorious deeds from the evil ones? So, evil people, whatever they do, what is the meritorious deeds they can do? Because at one stage they kill and murder people, on the other stage they do homas and pujas. What is the use? For the negative karma they have done, they have to face the consequences. An aspirant who does not know the nature of the soul and the non-living substances cannot practice self-restraint. What it says is, first thing you should know that you are Atma. But Majority of people, they only go by the body. They identify themselves with body. When your buddhi and senses identify yourself with body in the external world, so naturally your senses will get attracted because your body has attraction towards the external objects. That creates desire, that creates lust, everything. So, as long as we do not know the nature of soul and what is the non-living substances, so what is living substances, what is non-living substances? So, if you go, you see a car, you see a motorbike, you see a TV, and you get attracted to her because when you don't have, you want to get attracted. There are non-living beings. But your when you do not know about the nature of soul, the body will get attracted by it, the desires, lust, greed, everything will, and that is there. So you only go to acquire it, somehow or other acquire it. So you work day in and day out with tension, pressure, everything. And such thing is there. There is no chance for self-restraint. What is self-restraint means? That you should have a control over your mind. You should not allow the mind to get diverted by getting attracted by the evil things like desire, greed, lust, anger, jealousy, hatred. If you want to eradicate, you should have self-restraint on your mind. Knowledge is of five kinds. Scriptural knowledge, knowledge derived through the five senses and the mind, clairvoyance, telepathy, and omniscience. The first thing is scriptural knowledge. What you gain knowledge from Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, Bible, Quran, these are scriptural knowledge. Knowledge derived through the five senses. The knowledge derived through five senses, this is the practical life knowledge. We gain knowledge by using our five senses day in and day out, whatever happens. That gives us a lot of knowledge. Clairvoyance. Clairvoyance means what is going to happen, what is happening at some other place. That you okay. That comes only when you go deep inside and do jam. And telepathy. Telepathy is also what is happening in other part of the world. Can I able to experience, can I able to realize. And omniscience. Omniscience is God is everywhere. God is present in every human being, every living creature. And you see God in you, then you can see God everywhere. Perfect meditation is attained through knowledge. And by meditation, all karmas are annihilated. So what is perfect meditation? That is samadhi meditation. When you go to samadhi, you are merged with Paramatma. You are inside the absolute silence. That is the state of Paramatma. The perfect meditation is attained through knowledge. Knowledge means what? You should know what is your buddhi, what is your intellect, what are the senses, five senses, what is this ego, what is Atma, what is Paramatma. All this is knowledge. Only when you gain through this jnana yoga, the meditation which is Raja Yoga can become perfect. When that becomes perfect, when the Raja Yoga becomes perfect, you will have perfect self-control over your mind and body, mind and intellect. So naturally what happens, whatever works you do, you won't have any attachment and you release all your to fulfill your duties without attachment means release all your karmas without accumulating any new karmas. And all your karmas get annihilated. By annihilating the karmas, a person becomes liberated. And all your karmas are annihilated, burned. Then the separation, the gap between the Jivatma and Paramatma get merged. So naturally, you will have the tendency to becomes when both gets merged, you get liberated. Hence, one should be engaged constantly in the acquisition of knowledge. So, first thing is you should have that always think of gaining knowledge within yourself. The spiritual knowledge, the jnana yoga. As is the nature of lotus leaf to remain untouched by water, so does the righteous person remain fully unaffected by passions and sensual pleasures. So, if you put water on lotus leaf, the water will only shake. It will not get attached to the lotus leaf. It is untouched. So does a righteous person, a person who is spiritually mature enough, who knows what is right and what is wrong. Such a righteous person remains fully unaffected by the passions and sensual pleasures. So whatever things you are carrying on, whatever comes accept, whatever goes accept. And that is the nature of person. A righteous person will have that kind of mindset. He will not get affected by the passions or sensual pleasure. Whatever happening in life, good or bad, you just accept it as it is in a state of Chitta Prajna. Just as a threaded needle does not get lost even when it falls in a heap of rubbish, so a person endowed with sacred knowledge does not get lost in the worldly sojourn. So, if you put a thread to a needle, even if it is lost in a bunch of rubbish, you can able to hold the thread and take the needle away. So, such a thing, so a person endowed with a sacred knowledge does not get lost in the worldly sojourn. So, sacred knowledge means the spiritual knowledge. You will not just does not get lost in the worldly sojourn. So whatever happens in our life till our last day, you will not get attached to it. You just carry on his duties without attachment. He who knows the self to be wholly different from the impure body and comprehends it to be the knower of all substances is said to be the master of all scriptures. So one who knows that I am not the body, I am Atma. And Atma is wholly different from this body. One who realizes this truth. His body is impure, it is a deteriorating mass. Day in and day out it is getting deteriorated. And one day it will collapse. So we should not get attached to this collapsing body. We should only focus on this. Our buddhi should focus only on this omnipresent and immortal Atma. So one who realizes this truth, the knower of all substances, is said to be the master of all scriptures. If you realize this truth, if you go to any scripture, Bhagavad Gita, anything, the truth told is there. From the point of view of spiritual practice, knowledge of scriptures is the supreme knowledge. So, one who does spiritual practice, spiritual sadhana for enlightenment, from their point of view, knowledge of scriptures is the supreme knowledge because this knowledge has come from our ancient sages, rishis, munis. Out of lot of penance, they have written these scriptures. So that knowledge is real true spiritual knowledge. The vitiated man is like a furious elephant that can be controlled by the god of right knowledge. So our our mind now is like a furious elephant. The elephant cannot be caught; they become furious, but it can be controlled by the god of right knowledge. The Mahat is there; she holds the stick and he controls the elephant like that. With our right knowledge, we can able to control our mind. According to the teachings of Jaina, knowledge is that which helps to understand the truth, controls the mind, and purifies the soul. So, as per the Jainism philosophy, knowledge is that which helps to understand the truth. So, Jnana Yoga gives us the truth about ourselves, to know about ourselves, controls the mind and purifies the soul. So, the knowledge helps us know the truth about the soul, body, mind, ego, everything, and control the mind and purify the soul. The light of knowledge is true and supreme, for nothing can obstruct its path, and when compared to the sunlight, its reach is comprehensive. The light of knowledge. So when you have knowledge, the darkness, the darkness of ignorance and light is there, there will be, everything will be clear to us. So man is traveling in darkness. When you get the light of knowledge, then you know the truth about the Supreme Being. For nothing can obstruct its path, and when compared to the sunlight, it reaches comprehensive. It is more faster than the light, real light, because spiritual light is powerful. It gives us to take us to the path of enlightenment. After listening to scriptures, a person knows what are good and evil deeds, and having known both, we should practice that which is conducive to reach the highest goal. So, one should practice listening to the scriptures, what is not being told, the scriptures from Jainism Philosophy. A person knows what is right, good and evil days. So by gaining knowledge, you know what is right and what is wrong. Whatever things you do good for the society, good for the humanity at large, it is good. Whatever things you do bad to anybody, it hurts others, that is evil. And having known both, you should practice that which is conducive to reach the highest goal. Highest goal is enlightenment, emancipation, and attaining the salvation, the Jivan Mukti. I want to aim for it to gain knowledge to be gained to attain that highest goal. Thank you.